Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we will learn how we can take tail log backup of a database in MS SQL Server manually. So first of all, what is the tail log backup? So tail log backup in Microsoft SQL Server, it captures the portion of transaction log that hasn't yet been backed up since the last log backup. Okay. So basically this is used in disaster recovery scenarios to preserve all transactions up to the point of failure, ensuring minimal data loss when restoring a database. Suppose if your database is damaged, went in bad shape or corrupted and that need to be restored. So we need to take the tail log backup. So tail log backup will allow you to recover the transactions that occurred after the last regular log backup. So now question comes when we can use the tail log backups. As I told you that in if your database failure is happened, okay, then you can make use of that tail log backup. So to capture the transaction before restoring the database from previous backup, that can be used. If you want to have the point in time recovery, so to restore the database, a specific including the most recent transactions, then also we need to take the tail log backup. Or if you are switching from the recovery models, suppose you want to switch from the full recovery model to the simple recovery model or from bulk log recovery model to the simple recovery model, then also you can take transaction log back tail log backup. So tail log backup is also a transaction log backup but with the specific additional options. So in this case what we will use, we will leave the database in restoring state. Okay, and if your database is in bad shape, then we can use with no truncate option, this one. So we can have only two scenarios if we want to take the tail log backup. Scenario first is if your database is online and accessible and you don't have any issue. So you can take tail log backup with this option, with recovery option only you need to use. Okay. Apart from that, everything you need to write a script of transaction log backup, because a tail log backup is a transaction log backup with specific option, and this is the specific option. Okay, with no recovery. What this will do? This will leave your database in restoring state. Okay. If you have scenario two, suppose your database is corrupted, damaged, or in bad shape, then what you will do? See, if your database is corrupted, then you can make use of this script. Okay, you can use two options. You need to use this no recovery and with no truncate options. Correct. So this is how we can take the tail log backup of a database. Now let's see from SSMS how we can do that. Okay, these are the certain points I have already mentioned. No truncate. If we are using this no truncate option, what this means? So this will allow the backup of the log even if the database is inaccessible, provided the log file is intact. It doesn't truncate the log and it will preserve the uncommitted, all the uncommitted transactions. Okay. No recovery means it will prepare the database for restoration and it will leave the database in restoring state. So we'll see how. So let's first open the SSMS. This is already open. This is my instance, which is already connected. So let me expand the database tab. And this is our DB2 databases. Okay. So for taking the tail log backup, what we need to do, we need to right click on the database, go to tasks, then go to backup tab, and then backup type, you need to select transaction log. Okay. So in this screen, only this option need to be selected. Then we will go to the media options. Here, if you see this transaction log, okay, if this is selected and we will execute, this will not take the tail log backup. This will only take the transaction log backup, normally transaction log backup. See, we need to select this option. So what this option will do, this will back the tail of the log and leave the database, this database in restoring state. Okay. And next we can go to the backup options. If you want to compress that, you can compress. I'm not going to compress this. So just click on OK. If I click on OK, this will take the transaction log backup with no recovery options. That means it will take the tail log backup, and your data, if you need to observe that this database will go into recovery state. So if I click on OK, the backup of the database DB2 completed successfully, and this database is now restoring state. Okay, so that means your tail log backup is completed. You can also ensure your file as well. See this much. Okay, so now we have taken the tail log backup using SSMS, and now we will use tsql command to take the tail log backup. So before that, we need to make this database in online state. Okay, as of now it's in restoring state. So what we will do, we will restore that transaction log backup. Okay, so this is transaction log backup, what we have already taken, this one. Or if you don't want to make use of this, then you can manually select from devices, click here, add, and select this db2.trn. Okay, so that is done. And now what we will do, we will just restore with recovery option. Okay, we will not use this with no recovery because this is our last transaction log backups. Okay, the series is here along with the lsns. If I click OK, then this data restore. Okay, so this is now in the state as it was earlier. So it is online, you can see tables and everything. Now we need to use the script. I will do, I will just click on new query window. I have script already placed in my desktop. Open that. Okay, so this is the script of tail log backup. Okay, backup log database name to disk, this is the path. Okay, this is the .trn is the extension, and these options which I have already discussed in this video with no truncate. Okay, and no recovery. Let's execute that. As soon as I execute this database will went into restoring state. That is done. And if you refresh that, this went into restoring state. So this is how we take the tail log backup of a database in Microsoft SQL Server using SSMS and using T-SQL scripts. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.